new project in the shop, a 65 F100 short bed fleet side. It already has a Crown Vic suspension in the front. The rear is an 8.8 out of a 90s Ford Explorer. It is flipped on top of the leaf springs. It is not C-notched. We will have to C-notch it. This truck come from an auction. The customer purchased it as you see it. Someone has attempted to do the bodywork and paint, but it's been sitting outside for 6 or 7 years now, so it's going to have to be completely redone. At one time, the frame was powder coated, and then they went back and ruined it with the welding and grinding and putting in the Crown Vic front end. So we're going to blow this back apart, put it all back together, blow it back apart, put it all back together, blow it back apart, paint it, put it all back together. As far as I know, this customer is willing to just do whatever. We are going with Ford power in this one. I have the Crown Vic setting outside to take apart for all of that. I don't know if we're using that bed or not. I think he has a little bit better bed at his house. We're going to try that one. So he's wanting to go full out. That, as far as I know, that is a Dodge color. We won't be going back with that color. As far as I know, we're going to go smooth up the firewall. Putting the aftermarket air conditioning heat unit in there, digital gauges. He has ordered the interior kit from TMI Interiors. I believe it's like a beige leather looking color. So that'll look pretty good. Someone at some point has already shaved the gas filler and the door handles. Now, we'll probably leave the door handles off. We may change to like a bear claw style latch as opposed to the factory latches and do like door poppers. And then someone decided that they were just going to cram a bunch of Bondo down here in the mirror hole. And that didn't work. It started cracking. So I popped all that out. So we're going to redo that. And we're going to put the factory mirrors back on it for sure. In the rear, yeah, he's got a better bed, I think, at home than this one. Which this one's fixable. Outside's nice. The inside is used as a truck. And it's got some rust. So we're going to fix that. There's a hood bar. But it's pretty much a start over. Now, this truck's pretty solid. It's never had floors put in it that I can tell. It did have a cab corner put in this side. It didn't do too good of a job. But we got a 4.6 outside in the 04 Crown Vic he bought. So we're going to take that apart, put the 4.6 and the 4R70 in here. We've ordered our relocation mounts from Outcast. Those are the factory Crown Vic engine mount pedestals. The Outcast relocation mounts will allow the engine to set back because then you'll have this gigantic area between here and the motor if you don't set the engine back. And then you really don't even need that. So we might just make one smooth firewall all the way across. I don't know yet. Depends on how his center console works that he ordered. If it doesn't come up all the way, then we'll just leave that there and whatever. But the color on this, that color, like I said, I think is a Dodge color. But we're going to take that off. We're probably going to go with a similar color. It's a cinnamon color. That's what I call it. Off of a Toyota Tundra, a new like a 18 to 20 model Toyota Tundra. I believe it comes in the 1794 edition Toyota Tundra. So look that up. That'll be pretty neat. Cinnamon on the outside. He's going to order some wheels. I don't know what we're going to order yet. I hadn't measured. But they'll be like a 2 or 3 piece with a bronze center. And then there'll be cinnamon. And then it'll have the beige leather interior. Like I said, modern drivetrain. So this is going to be an all-out project. We're just going to go back together and get lined up and fixed and see that gap there doesn't fit too good, that gap. The door, well, it's not shut, but it doesn't line up too good. We're going to line all that up and then take it back apart. Do the body work, paint it, put it all back together. Detail this, have the frame blasted, repowder coated. Take the front suspension out, blast it, a new steering rack, rebuild the suspension if it needs it, new brakes and everything, new hardware. Probably paint or powder coat the subframe just to kind of hide it a little bit. Like I said, that was already in here when he bought it at the auction. So That's a new project, 65 F100. And yes, as of right now, it does sit lower in the rear than it does the front. There's no engine in it. Plus, that tire and that tire there is a 16, that's a 15. This tire measures to be about 1 3/4 inches taller than that one, so that's part of that. But that big old heavy 4.6 will sit down in here in the radiator and the hood and all that. So we should be all right. If not, we can call up Outcast and get a set of his control arm drop brackets and lower the front another 1.5 inches. No problem there. So 65 F100, that's going to be a quite extensive project. We're going to finish this one. It's the same guy we did the blue 79 for. Do that one. Did this one. We're going to do this one here, and then we're going to sell this one probably. He's got another 65 or 66 he wants to do, and then that'll probably be a patina driver. And then after we do that, he's going to go find one of these or a 67 to 72 in a 4-door crew cab variety. So then we're going to build that one, and he says that's going to be his forever truck. So he's going to sell his other trucks, build a couple that he has left, sell those, and then build Dream Truck. So step 2 to getting Dream Truck. We're going to call this step 2 because Blue Truck was step 1. This is step 2. There's going to be at least a step 3, maybe a step 4, and then Dream Truck. So Dream Truck should be, full ride tech suspension, bags, turbo coyote, crew cab, down on the ground. Pretty neat. So follow along for this build.